Most people spend more time planning a holiday than planning their career. And when you ask them why they're in their current job, the answer is usually something like, I was good at this subject in school and I ended up doing this, or it seemed like the right thing to do at the time. Too often though, professionals drift from role to role without ever asking themselves, why this job, or is this a career path that I actually enjoy? If this sounds familiar, I hope that this video will be a bit of a wake-up call for you. If you're feeling stuck, uncertain, or just not excited about your work, in this video I want to give you 3 clarity questions that actually work. What you're interested in fuels everything else. I believe that talent is simply focused intent. When we're interested in something, we spend time learning more about it, and our subconscious helps us to do it better, even when we're not doing the thing. Today, lots of experts are talking about starting with skills-only hiring and skills-first career choice. But to me, that's just the wrong place to start. If you're genuinely interested in something, that's when your motivation kicks in. You want to learn more, you want to improve, and that's how your skill grows. If you're interested in something, you'll take the time to learn, to gain the skills, and to hone them to be better. One client of mine loved technology, but she wasn't really a natural at coding. She was always interested in the people side of the equation, and she almost gave up her coding career. But her curiosity, mostly about how the systems connected and how people interacted with the software, kept her interested in the industry. That interest kept her going through the steep learning curve with different languages and frameworks, and today she leads a cross-functional product team because she followed her interest, not just her ability at the time. If this is making you rethink how you define talent, hit like and subscribe because I share weekly insights on how you can build a career that actually fits you. You can't hit a target that you haven't defined. I've been into archery for many years and there's no way I could hit a target that I can't see. Too many people chase jobs based on prestige, pay, or worse, parental expectations. When you don't define what success means for you, your career becomes a reaction, not a decision. You need to really take a step back and think about what you actually want to do with your life. It is yours, it's no one else's. I worked with a graduate recently who jumped into finance straight out of university. Good money, solid title, and proud parents. But every day felt like a grind. When we got clear on what he valued, which was freedom, creativity, and making an impact, it was obvious that finance was never going to be a long-term fit. He made a big change, leaning on his existing skills and his experience, and got into the non-profit tech space, where he felt more aligned within weeks than he had for years. You don't need a 10-year plan, you just need the next step. For some people there is that one true calling in life, but for most people the truth is you can have a multitude of interests and purposes. The myth that you have to find your one overall why is not always the case. In reality, real clarity comes from doing, not just thinking. Instead of asking, what do I want to do forever? Ask, what do I want to try next? If you're at the edge of a forest and you can't figure out which of the 3 paths to take, you can get stuck trying to figure out which one is the right one for you. But if you pick any of them and start walking, you can reevaluate in a short amount of time and you'll have more information than when you were at the start. Even if the decision is to move sideways or even backwards, at least you'll have some more knowledge about yourself and your desired path. A friend of mine was curious about UX design, but was unsure whether it was worth retraining for this new career for her, to do it full time. So she signed up for a 5-week online course and then she started doing some personal blogging about the industry, sharing what she was learning. What she discovered was a bit surprising for her. She loved the user research, but she hated designing the wireframes. That small, short experiment saved her years of indecision and gave her a clear path forward into customer insight consulting. I want to challenge you to do one thing today. Ask yourself, what's one topic or activity that you could spend an entire day learning about without getting bored? Then write down 3 roles or industries where that interest might show up. That's where we can start to build a career around curiosity, not just credentials. You don't need to figure out your whole career today, but by following your interests, defining your version of success, and exploring your next step, you're already miles ahead of most people.